This is the Dark Veteran, and I am here to pass judgment on this. Okay, no, I can't keep that voice up. I'm gonna have to go with my normal voice. So we had a match about pretty much exactly a week ago between Luke and Herbie, a rematch from Luke for the title. It ended up to be a pretty interesting match, and since no one gave me the file to narrate it, even though I wanted to, I decided to take it into my own hands and get it. Now, they're both using very interesting teams, and I mostly am just coming in here just to point out mistakes and point out really, really good plays. So, without any further ado, let's just get straight into this. Alright, okay, so we get Herbie leading out with the H Gallows, a Mind Shower, and Luke leading out with the Ember Bomb. Now, the problem with this is Ember Bomb goes for the Fake Out. The problem with that is that he made that Mind Shower, so he knows it has inner focus, and he just gets Drain Punched right in the face. So that's probably the stupidest play in the match. That's the main reason that I wanted to do this video, because that's just hilarious. Alright, so in comes the Rotom, and out goes the Mind Shower, and in comes the Blissey, just to take the obvious special attack, and he predicts that, and goes for the Volt Switch. And goes back, and in comes Big Marcus, his Snorlax. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Snorlax can do. I haven't really seen one used in forever. But okay, out goes the Blissey, in comes the Tyranitar, Sandstorm kicks up, and Snorlax goes for the return. Not going to do very much, because it probably doesn't have much of an attack investment. If it does, then can't really do much anyway without a curse. Anyway, out goes Tyranitar, in comes Victini, and out goes the Snorlax, and in comes Rotom. Bad switch for Herbie, so he has to switch out to Blissey. And our Rotom will use the Hydro Pump, all Sandstorm effects, woo. And then out goes the Rotom Wash, and in comes the Politoed to get rid of the Sandstorm, bring on the rain, which is pretty much Luke's typical weather. And Blissey predicts and sort of a prediction, and just goes for the T-Wave. And then, just trying to do some damage, goes for the Seismic Toss. Relatively safe play, but then probably goes for Toxic, which is certainly going to hurt Blissey for now, but it's got Natural Cure, so it's not really going to worry about it too much. After turn effects are annoying. Okay, out goes the Blissey, and in comes Tyranitar again, to change the weather back to what he likes, which is not Luke's weather. So out goes the Politoed, because it's obviously a bad position for him, and in comes the Rotom, which can pretty much wall him to oblivion. So out goes the Tyranitar, and in comes the Blissey. This time finally predicted correctly and used the trick to give that Blissey a Choice Scarf and get himself leftovers. Great play, I will admit, that was a pretty good play. Predicted him like a boss. Alright, out goes the Rotom, and in comes the Politoed. Bring on the rain, just because hell, why not? And Blissey locking itself into Soft Boiled. Not a bad idea, because he was just going to switch anyway. So why not get back to full HP? And then he stays in and goes for Soft Boiled again. I'm not entirely sure. He's faster, so he can't scout what it's going to do. All he did was just take some damage from Toxic. Oh well, out goes the Blissey, in comes the Tyranitar again. Sandstream, yada yada yada, and predicted the switch, goes for the Toxic. Good play, relatively safe. After turn effects are annoying. Okay, Tyranitar goes for the Stone Edge. A decent play, but why it's carrying Stone Edge is beyond me. Goes for the Scald. Does a bit of damage. And it'd probably be a 2-hit KO. So out goes the Tyranitar. Not sure why, when he was faster, he could have just killed the Politoed. And out goes the Raikou. And in comes the Skarmory. So it's Raikou versus Skarmory. Bad matchup for the Skarmory, and in comes Snorlax. Guessing it's especially bulky, but it still takes a decent chunk out. It does take a decent amount of damage, and this is an event Raikou. It's meant to be shiny, but I'm fairly sure he was told before the match that this should be an event Raikou. If not, then oh well, it didn't really matter that much. But yeah, the Aura Sphere is going to take it out in 2 more hits, and down it goes. Return really did not do much, so that Snorlax pretty much was just a waste the entire battle. And in comes the Thunderous, and goes straight for the Focus Blast, a hit, and kills the Raikou. Relatively safe. And in comes the Victini. Out goes the Thunderous, and in comes the Rotom to practically wall him to all hell. because Victini really can't do anything to a Rotom unless it's carrying, like, Zen Headbutt or something like that, which this one most certainly does not. It's a very interesting Victini set. I'm not going to say it's good, but it's interesting. Alright, out of switch goes into the Blissey, because it can still wall it, and it's just, yeah, it can basically just wear down the Rotom. This Rotom can't do shit, and it can just lock itself into soft boiled and do nothing in the entire battle. Although, admittedly, he went for the heal bell, although I would have gone for the seismic toss, just, you know, damage. It would have killed something. Well, it would have done at least a lot more damage than that would have. And now he's just going to heal bell again, which just makes no sense. That turn was just wasted. In comes a Tyranitar. Probably was... So yeah, switch was predicted. Go for the Nasty Plot. Safe play. Then he went for the Focus Blast. Not entirely sure. But then again, he probably also has Thunder. But either way, when you're running Focus Blast, you gotta accept that that was a... But misses are gonna happen. And yeah, I can see that that part may have cost him the match, but I'm not entirely sure. It was pretty close up till then. Oh well, so we got a Rotom, it goes to the Volt Switch, and we've got a Blissey as well. Switches out to Skarmory. Old Scar and Bliss combo. It's really fun. Okay, out goes the Blissey, in comes a Tyranitar again, and Skarmory just goes for the safe Spikes, although admittedly, I'm fairly sure it's a bit too late for Spikes really to be doing anything. But hey, he's just going to keep setting them up, because Tyranitar, it doesn't even look like a 3-hit KO, it looks like a 4 or 5-hit KO, if you include lefties. So he's got his full 3 layers of spikes, so that's just going to wreck anything that tries to come in. And now he goes for the Roost. It pretty much seals the fact that this Tyranitar can't do shit to Skarmory. And so, of course, he has to switch out, realizing that, and in comes the Flygon. Goes for the Roost again. Safe play. And why he stayed in is beyond me, but that Flygon is going to go for the Fire Blast. Good play. Doesn't even take him down to his Sturdy, though. And Skarmory gets off the Whirlwind, and in comes the Blissey. Which is, it's pretty good for the Skarmory. Now, I believe this part, yeah, Herbie locks himself in a soft world. Actually, it was a pretty stupid play, I mean, because, yeah, your Blissey would die, but now you just, both of you have just healed up to full. I really don't see the point in that. I would much prefer to take out a monster which has been giving you trouble. I mean, Flygon can't even 2-hit KO it. Your Tyranitar's got nothing on it. And, yeah, now he's just going to go for the Brave Bird, which is really not going to do much, because Skarmory isn't attacking. It's not a very good attack. Oh well, out goes the Blissey, in comes the Flygon. Skarmory's going to go for the Roost again, and get him up just off the full HP. And then he gets a full HP for leftovers. Flygon goes for the U-turn. Yeah, not really sure why, it only does 10 damage. But, hey, he goes into Tyranitar. Again, not really sure why, because Brave Bird, probably going to kill him. Yeah, he's dead. That Tyranitar's dead. I have no idea why he did that. Fire Blast would have been a hell of a lot better. But, oh well, he's going to bring in the Flygon now. And because he's 2 HP off the full, he's going to go for the Fire Blast, and that will KO, which I guess it worked out in the end, but I can still say it's stupid because it was. Okay, in comes the Burn Wash, goes for the U-turn, and it actually KOs, which, yeah, kind of surprising, to be honest. Oh well. In comes the Victini, and gets raped by Spikes. And in comes the Frogger. Bring on the rain. But oh well, Victini carries Thunder, so that's really not going to worry it too much, and that's going to KO the Frogger. So that's the game, and there's been some very interesting plays overall, but really both of them did make a fair few misplays, and their teams, they really just weren't that solid. I mean, you've got the Skarmory didn't do anything until late match, and it set up Spikes. Yeah, it helped, but it would have been a hell of a lot better to get that going earlier. The Tyranitar seemed purely physical, and I didn't see... Well, purely physical Tyranitar just doesn't work anymore. You only get mixed Tyranitar, but... yeah. Oh, well, that's all I can think of on the spot. And that's the Dark Veteran, signing out.